Hey everybody, Shelby from Wood Expressions and American Chess Equipment here to go through standard chessboards that are used in tournaments. Today we're going to be looking at vinyl, then we're going to be looking at the second one, which is silicone, and then the third one, which is my favorite, that's the Mousepad material. When it comes to vinyl chessboards are the least expensive of the chessboards out there other than the paper ones, which I'm not going to go through. The vinyl chessboards are really nice because they're usually cloth backed. They have a smooth surface. Pieces slide very easily on them. You don't need to pick up the piece and move it unless you want to, of course. It's just a very simple, very easy, very inexpensive way to be able to have a nice chessboard and to be able to travel around with it. Benefits to this: smooth surface, price, and it cleans up really easy. And it is a vinyl, so if you spill soda or coffee or anything else like that on it, as long as you clean it up really quick, you're not going to have that big of a deal. Drawbacks to it are sometimes straight out of the box you'll get problems like this. Since it's vinyl, it's going to have a memory and create a memory. Some people, excuse me for moving the phone around too much, will try to crumple it up, fold it, and stick it in the chest bag. Problem is, where it's folded and where the edges are, where the seam is, when you unfold it, if you notice, let's bring this up to right there, you see there's a seam, a little crease right now. That crease will eventually go away, but if you keep the board stored wrong, which is folded, it's going to retain a memory. And when it retains a memory, it keeps bumps, keeps edges, and it'll be pretty much useless for you. Then we switch over to a silicone board. Silicone boards were brought around because people kept on treating their vinyl boards wrong. They would fold them, they would roll them the wrong way, they would keep, the vinyl keeps a memory. That's one of the nice things about a silicone. If you notice, the silicone is not cloth backed. They actually make baking sheets out of the same material. So it handles heat, it handles pretty much everything. You can abuse these a little bit more. You can quite literally stretch these, exercise with these. You could step on them, you can fold them, you can roll them. As long as you don't keep them folded or rolled, you're in perfectly good shape. Drawbacks to the silicone is, since these are silicone rubber, when you try to slide pieces along, it usually doesn't work too well. So with a typical chess piece, you have to pick it up and move it. The other drawback to a silicone board is, since it's silicone rubber, it tends to draw dirt a little bit easier. So you are going to have to clean a silicone board a lot more than you would. So what happened was, people wanted the benefits of a silicone board, and they wanted the durability of a vinyl board. So what was brought out was the Mousepad board. If you look at these boards, they have a Mousepad material on the back with a thin cloth covering. The pieces slide really nice because it's a polyester cloth on top, and you got a cloth bottom for your felt. So no matter what you do, the pieces are going to slide nice. These things move really well. Another cool thing about a Mousepad board is, for short periods of time, you can crumble it up like that. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to keep a memory. Okay, let me smooth this up because I'm OCD and I usually have to do stuff like that. Drawbacks to a Mousepad board. Since this has a polyester top, the polyester, if you spill soda or coffee on it, if you don't clean it up right away, you are going to stain the Mousepad board. If you look at the edges right here where the polyester is glued to the Mousepad material, your edges are going to fray a little bit. But the coolest thing about a Mousepad board is, since we digitally print them, we could put whatever you want on them. This is our Wenge, which is the dark right here, with the rosewood dark squares and the lightwood light squares. This is a tremendous board. Essentially, if you got a wood board that looked like this, you'd be paying for a veneer board, you'd be paying 150 bucks. If you bought a solid wood board like that looked anything even close to this, you'd be paying 500 to 1500 bucks. The cool thing about the Mousepad is still travels really nice. You can roll it up, you can fold it up, you can stick it in your chest bag, and no matter what kind of board, no matter what kind of pieces you put on it, they're always going to look good. Honestly, what kind of board should you get? That actually is your choice. If you want something inexpensive that you can beat on, that you can replace a couple times, you go and get the vinyl. If you want something a little nicer, but the pieces don't slide as well, but still cleans like a vinyl, and gives you a little bit of a cushion when you have the weighted pieces, which will extend the life of your weighted pieces, you go with a silicone. And then if you want a merge of the two, where you want something where the pieces slide nice, where you get the nice cushion, to where you can get multicolors and have it look sweet, you go with a Mousepad board. But again, this is personal preference.